Good evening, friends. This is Sanjay Agarwal. I am joined by Anuranjan Singh Dogra. So we see his work here behind me. Sir, Anuranjan ji will talk about this. How does he get these work done? Sir, over to you. You can introduce yourself.
Yes. Hello everyone. My name is Anuranjan Dogra, and I'm a graduate from College of Art. I graduated in 1996, and ever since I've been working with an advertising agency. First with Lintas, which is now Low, then Euro RSCG, which is now known as Havas, and currently I'm working with Thinkster. So it's been a long journey with multiple agencies and lots of clients, lots of work.
So you don't talk about this AI, the art, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, uh, while we've all been working on various kinds of arts, and how our journey with art started with cut paste, line drawing, hand drawing, paints, using all things which are used with hand, and then computers came in, and then when computers came in, a lot of old ways of methods of working changed to new ones, and computers brought in speed, computers brought in flexibility, computers brought in new ways of doing things, new ways of looking at things. Then came in the internet age when everything was available quickly, and we could transfer things, we could take things from others. Then in the modern age, when a lot of work and things are being discussed over social media and through the internet has become very fast. So the next level of development is AI, which everybody knows that it's called artificial intelligence. And now AI, apart from being a part of various industries, has come beautifully to art also. Now we can generate beautiful images, photographs, drawings, paintings, animation. We can generate music, we can generate voices. So a lot of mediums from which in which AI is now helpful. So my work, if you see, I have generated images which were totally generated on AI with absolutely nothing, blank canvas as they call it, and with a few commands. Like for example, this one is a cityscape made out of chocolates, and this is a village scape made out of strawberries and a river of strawberry flowing through it, and this one is a palace made out of ice creams and ice cream cones. So they were generated with absolutely nothing, just by giving commands, proper commands. With, yes, of course, it takes multiple rounds. Sometimes you might get it correct the first go. Sometimes it takes multiple rounds. Sometimes you might not even get the results because AI is still in a very generative and nascent stage. It's still a baby. It's not doing everything possible, but a lot of things are possible. So this particular campaign was done for toothpaste. As you can see,
Right,
it's this one is for the flavor of the toothpaste, and these are for a kid's toothpaste. So children eat a lot of chocolates. Children eat a lot of
I remember
ice
as a
creams and all
kid, we
that.
used to eat that toothpaste. As a kid, we were in Bombay. So we used to get a toothpaste brand. And we used to, in fact, I remember Signal was there. And then Close-Up was much later. So Signal we used to do. So we just wanted to ask, for a beginner, means if somebody wants to dwell into this AI generative, then how does he go about? What kind of system software does he need?
Two kinds of AI are available. One is you can install the softwares or the apps. The other one is totally which happens on the internet. And within that, then you have multiple softwares or apps available to do either static images, or you want to do videos or animation or music or voices or dubbing, languages. So while I have done it on software which was downloaded, that's because it's a paid software, and probably the best one as of now, because a lot of softwares are available for free, but they don't generally produce that kind of a result which you will love to see or show to people. And also, a lot of them are in their beta version, very trial versions by invite only. So you might not be able to use a lot of them, especially for getting an output which you can release or show it to others. A lot of them come with coding. So even if you want to cheat them and release or put your work on the social media, the original software will be able to track it and they can take you to task. So it's best that if whatever you choose, whether it's the free software, which are online, you can search them, or if you want to do the paid one, the good thing is that please don't cheat. Please don't cheat yourself because it can land you into trouble. But if you search online on normal search engines, you will find softwares as per your requirement.
Which could be downloaded, you want to say?
There are both kinds of softwares. One can be downloaded and installed, which are generally the paid ones because then they are made open to the public. The online ones are not mostly paid, so you just have to keep working online.
Yeah, you have to
But-
be net.
But for both of them, your net connection is important. Okay, so it doesn't work because how AI generally works for, especially for art, is that you give a prompt or a command, it searches the entire internet for the things you want to search. For example, if I said a village landscape or a village made out of strawberry with a river flowing through it,
Type it in.
yeah, we have to type it in
Right.
and give it the command. So when you press enter, the software or the app or the online app searches the entire internet to look for a village, sky. It looks for how rivers flow through them, how it can make that river into a strawberry colored pink river. Then it will search all the available strawberries. Then it will put all of them together as one image and generate it. So that's why it takes some time. But nowadays, in a couple of days, last few days, the softwares have been generated which are working real time. So even if you type pink, the screen will become pink. So if you say pink cat, suddenly the cat will become pink. So as you are typing, so it actually asks you how fast can you type. So this kind of software is also available. But the good ones take a little time because then they search the internet, bring it all together. They match the angles, perspective, color, lighting absolutely perfectly. So even if you say
Yeah, here
the,
they're playing these
the,
synthesizers.
the
right?
zebras are playing
Zebras.
the keyboards, the tigers are playing a guitar, and an elephant is the drummer. So this is an orchestra. So this is what is generated. Now, if you look at all these images, so this is a cyborg playing with a butterfly. This is a cyborg which is a mix of electronics, wires, and nature. So this is a cyborg who's swimming on a beach. So the idea was that generally you cannot have these kind of electronics and electrics
Yes.
inside water, but you can generate. Now the beauty of all these is that all their lightings, angles, perspectives, shadows, they're all matching within the image. So it's
Yes.
not like that I took this one zebra from somewhere, that one from somewhere, so that
So
it
did you
will.
give a command that you're getting three, or you're getting one single
Yeah, so that's how the command is there. So it says
a group of
a group of rockstar zebras playing keyboards.
Okay.
So we know rock stars have colorful dresses.
Yes,
We know rock stars have colorful lighting behind
Headgear,
them
everything.
and their headgear. And if you see the reflection of these
Yes.
clothes on that. So if I do a cut paste, like how conventionally people do it, I'll find one zebra, and most likely the zebra will be either in a zoo or in a landscape. So the lighting and cutout will be coming from that one. But here, if you see, the AI, the software has combined the images, the lightings, the angles, and perspectively perfectly to match and make one image. So here also, it's since I put the cyborg in a natural environment, it's taken a beautiful light filtered through the trees. So it's not like a studio light. It's not even like a direct sunlight falling. So it's matching the background. If you see the background, it's full of
this
trees.
one looks pretty original, like the guy.
Yeah, absolutely. And
whoever
and,
it is,
and, and
the
if you
eyes.
see the eyes,
Yes.
the lighting falling on it, the shadows that are forming are absolutely perfect, but all generated on AI.
All generated.
And nowadays, even the older softwares which people use conventionally on our computers to do all the design and art, they are also coming with AI. Every company is coming with AI. All your electronic companies, even the blockchains, even the companies you will not think that they will ever come with AI are also coming with their own AIs. That might not be for art or to generate images or videos, but everybody is now using AI in some way or the other. So it's good that all of you please stay up with the times, start discovering, start learning things. It will always be good because in future, if you don't start now, then the time will leave you behind, and someday you'll realize that I cannot keep pace with what's happening in the world. So that's very important.
I wanted to ask you, like, there were a couple of questions which came to my mind. One was when you're talking about a license software, which you have kind of paid for that. So is it an annual subscription or is it a one time? And how expensive is that? And secondly, like whatever the images are, what sizes we see, so once it comes into that, the paid ones, so then we can generate any kind of image, and that's, is it your work now, suppose? So this, if I would generate on the same software, will I be able to get the same or they will not? They will generate something different?
Yeah, so the current softwares which are available, the base level, entry level subscription fee, you can pay either monthly or you can pay annually, because annually costs.
One time.
Yeah, one time annually.
So how much
Annually.
is it roughly?
So I'll tell you.
Bigness.
It costs approximately the cost of a large size pizza in the market per month. So I also took it that way. Okay, every month I'll cut down on one pizza. It'll add to my health also, and it'll help me create new good things. And if you ask for things like copyright issues, most of these companies who are available for public, unless they are free or they are on their beta version, trial version, the ones that are open for public to use, they clearly tell you that whatever you generate is your copyright. So if somebody takes your work and puts it on air or releases it, then it's a violation. You can go and catch hold of that person.
Right.
They will not do it directly, but if you ask for their help, then they're ready to help you to track it.
And the second one was the question was, suppose you've generated this chocolate.
Yeah.
Now if I was sitting.
Yes. So in that case, what happens is, even if I give the same command again, forget you. If I give the same command, it won't generate the same thing.
Right.
It will generate something else, which might be a similar city or a similar look. Something will be different, because whatever it does is it does not remember the old image. It always follows the command. So when it follows the command, it will again say, it will search for chocolates, it will search for cityscape, it will search for multiple cities, then combine buildings from various cities, and it will take chocolates of different colors and then create a new one. So similarly for all these images, most of the images are just done like that. There is another way to do it. If you want to create, for example, people do animation and they want multiple images so that they can be animated. Or if you want to generate your own portrait, or if you want to say, I want to add more image to this, or expand this image, or this is a lovely image, let me take this and generate something which is additional to it. Softwares are available. Most of the current softwares also, they have an option where you can put your image into it and then ask it to generate from there on. So that's how most of the animators also do it. So they generate one image, then they put that image back into it, change the angle or animation or whatever they want to do. If they want to change the lighting, or if it's a person, they want to change the movement. So they generate another image. Then from that, then they put that back into it. So you can do it multiple times. So then in that case, if you want, that is one way of taking this, that if I want to generate this image multiple times, that is one way to do it. But if you just keep repeating the command again and again,
it will generate a different thing.
It will generate a different thing.
And one more thing, since you just brought the subject about animation, so when we talk about animation, so suppose I wish to create my own comic characters and my own a comic, suppose I bring out any character. So is it possible through this?
Yes.
And then with that software, what we have bought, will that be sufficient?
Yeah. So there are multiple softwares. Most of the time, especially things like animation, is a slightly complex procedure compared to generating still images. So what people do, they use a mix of couple of softwares. So for example, if you want to generate a character, or if you want to get your own picture animated, or if you say I found a beautiful photograph and I want to animate it, so there's most likely you'll have to generate that animation in one software, then take it to another one to give it a smoother action and bring it back. So it needs, every software is not really fully perfect, because this technology of generating images, videos through command has just started. Maybe in a couple of years, or maybe, or even in 2 months, 3 months, maybe it happens overnight tomorrow, because the world is changing so fast. Every day, something new, some new technology is coming, which is an advancement on the existing one. So it it cannot happen today. It can happen tomorrow. It can happen in 3 months. But yes, as of now, there are softwares which are good enough to generate 1 or 2 seconds of animation from the characters either you generate, or even if you put in your photograph and you want to animate it or make that
Create your
person.
own cartoon or something. Another thing was like when we're talking about this is about still images, right? And you were also talking about motion. So one is that I generate this, then I give motion to this. Another thing is that if we have a different software for motion creation, suppose I want to say polo match with so then how is it? Is it the same software?
Yeah. So animation softwares are slightly different from the one that I'm using to generate static images.
Polo animation for AI. AI
Animation for AI,
Yeah.
they are also
They're
different.
different.
They're different because then their algorithm, their programming is different. Music has a different program, sound has a different program, voices have different programs. So all their algorithms and programmings are different. So that's why there are multiple softwares and apps available. Now, if you say that one particular software is incomplete for you, then you look for multiple ones. So that's how, and you can generate both images, which animations and videos which are absolutely real time, or that look like cartoons, or that look like animation films that you see on movie or TV. So that's how they work.
And coming to the hardware part, if you're talking about Mac Mini, means ideally I feel that people who are using the Apple system, so some inbuilt softwares which don't come here with our Windows. So is there something like which you want to add to that portion?
See, all these softwares are independent of the operating system. Doesn't matter whether you are on a PC or a Linux or Apple or Windows. They operate as per the operating system that you're using. So it's not that one particular software or an app to generate AI is only dependent on one particular operating system. It's not like that. They are they since they all work on the internet, you still need, even if you install the app, you still need the internet to work. So all these softwares are just installed on your computer. It's good if you have a high speed computer with better RAM, with better
Who's the
space.
minimum RAM, which ideally is
But nowadays 8 GB is anyways the minimum RAM which any operating software also is asking
16
for.
is pretty good.
16 is ideal, 32 is like excellent for animation, 16 is good enough for everything. Anyways, if you see 8 GB is anyways required by any minimum operating software these days. So that so beyond that, it's always good. The speed of generating videos or images depends on the current internet that you have, the internet connection, and of course, certainly it depends on the speed of the machine. But again, 8 GB is good enough to start all the
and
work.
it's you can do it on your mobile devices as well or tablets.
Yes, these most of them are available for desktop, on laptop, on iPad, on pads, tablets, and on mobiles. Because in everything, all put together, the world is still on mobile phones now. And everything that you generate, create, has to be compatible with mobile phones. So even if you create your own softwares or you create your own AI or images, all of them are available on all the platforms.
Wonderful. I think we should thank Mr. Dogra. He's given such a enlightened. He's talked about AI generating art. I recently we were coming the Ram Leela before the Shera, and I remember like I was for a portal making a story, and I attempted one story. So I think that's what must have done, taken the content from all over the what's available at that point of time, and then they gave the perfect story, and I did publish it as well, and I have not tried it the second time. So I think even I would like to try my hands. So lastly, we just want to know if the people would buy, and before that you said those online softwares which are working online, you cannot download them. So they will not give us the full content. They will not give us the full final product as what we see from the software which are bought.
That that happens because the software that you buy is generally has reached that particular level of finesse that it can now generate good quality images from various sources available. It can work independent of multiple softwares. It puts together the best of resources available at the best speed. The free ones are most of the time they're either trial versions. They
Yeah,
are
it will be for a week or for maybe
yeah till the
180 days,
time
whatever
they
yeah.
feel that it has become perfect.
Yes.
So they're mostly trial versions, or they are by invite. So they'll find, okay, these are the top 10 best people who are working on AI. So they will invite those people and ask them to generate work. So it's almost like how the influencers work. So it's by invitation, or they are free. But the free ones will have their own limitations. Even though the software originally might be big enough to do everything, but the part which is freely available will be just enough so that people at large can do it with minimum effort, with minimum understanding or knowledge. But yeah, the paid ones have reached that particular level where they give you results almost as good as you want it. Sometimes they do create errors. There are such kind of errors which are like amazing. I've seen people with 3 hands, 4 hands. So all kinds of things happen. But yeah, since it is generating the images or videos so fast, you don't get disappointed.
Yeah.
You can do it again.
Talking with this, how much time would have ideally
Okay,
taken?
after giving the command, after typing it
Yes.
and giving the enter command, this takes 45 to 60 seconds only.
Yeah,
And it generates 4 of these options.
speed of thought.
Speed of thought, 4 options at one go. Wow. So this image is not generated as one image. You'll get 1, 2, 3, 4 of the same
You mean cyan?
zebras.
Cyan color, 4 colors.
It's exactly the same command.
Right.
3 zebras in a different angle or perspective. Another image. So it will be like this image and an option to this one,
Okay.
and another option and 4.
Right.
So most of them generate 4 or 3. At least the paid ones, which have become good enough for public to see.
Yes.
So then you can choose
Whichever.
works best. If it doesn't work, you can recycle and it will
And
generate.
then people would edit them on the Photoshop also.
You can.
Everything is-
You see, and what happens is
can.
if you like it, you can download it.
Okay.
If you don't like it, you
You're
can.
not then paying anything per click or something. Once you paid,
You paid for the subscription to use the software.
Yes, monthly or annual. Or whatever.
That is just to use the software, not to download the images.
Download, you have to pay again?
No, not for downloading. But what you pay for is it's something called the GPU, the General Processing Unit time. So for example, the one that I use gives me 200 minutes per month.
Okay.
And if it takes 45 seconds to 60 seconds to generate, so approximately I can generate 200 images in a month, which is good enough. And if you are planning to take more, then you can go for the next subscription level, because all these softwares come with 2 or 3 levels of subscription. So if you have taken the base one, the day I need, okay, my 200 minutes have run out,
You can add.
either I can add a basic amount,
Yes.
and it will give me another few minutes, or I can buy the subscription at the next level. So it might cost me 2
Yeah.
pizzas.
So now I
So-
understand like why you were talking about the internet speed.
Yeah.
Because essentially if your internet is slow, It will
It's
really
not so
take time to
that
download.
might not uh, the generation of the image is not dependent on your internet.
Okay.
Your it, what is dependent on your internet is how fast the command goes from your side
To the next. Yes.
to their server,
Yes.
and from their server to come back
Right.
as an image. But the time taken, which is 45 to 60 seconds, is how quickly the server at their company generates the image.
Right.
So that is not dependent on the speed which you are working on.
The servers which images they are generating, so they're also
They are high speed. They're super high speed.
they're super.
Imagine
And there's no
finding the
human.
entire internet
Yes.
to
And
find what you
human,
want.
There's no human.
There's no human.
interface there, yeah.
There's no
all
human. These
automatic.
are all. That's why it's called artificial intelligence,
Yes,
because
yes.
it is all done through machines. You can't even call them machines because there are no moving parts also.
Yeah.
But every tool which is helpful in speeding up the human process, human works, it's called a machine. So that's how they do it. Now what happens is, if, now when it will generate the image in that particular time, you can download it, if the one that you like. You can upscale it, you can make it large. So this one, originally it gives you an image which is like 1000 pixel by 1000 pixel, and you can this particular software can upscale it by twice, by 4 times. Then you can download that particular image which is 4 times larger than 1000 pixel. Then you can send that image back again to them and make it 2x and 4x larger than
Alright.
the second generation also.
So that again, it's
So-
chargeable at that point.
So again, it is charging you the GPU time, which is
GPU
the
time, yes.
the time that is
Processing, yeah.
processing it. And then there are softwares which are basic editing and images software. There you can enlarge them even further. There are then you might people who are using enlargements and enlarging images will feel that what happens to the resolution or the sharpness of the image. For that, there's another AI software available. Multiple of them, multiple softwares are available. You give this image to them, and they'll make it sharp. They'll maintain the
So it's
colors.
about going for a search. Essentially, anybody who wants to, anybody who wants to like experiment with AI, generative art, so he needs to sit on the Google or whichever, Firefox, whatever, and then keep on searching and then find the solutions there.
Yeah. So what happens is that, yes, it will give you solutions. You will probably have to try one or two softwares or multiple softwares to see which one is helping you the best. You will have to see which one is fast enough. You will have to see which one allows you copyright issues. Also make sure that don't generate something which has branding in it, copyrighted, existing copyrighted. Don't use products or things which are copyrighted, because they can be easily tracked in no time. Absolutely no time, because everybody has, all these servers has your IP address, and it takes
Fraction.
takes a fraction of a second to contact your address.
Exactly.
So those are the things. So if you want to generate good art, use this. This is the biggest tool that you have, your brain. That is the best thing. Nothing beats it. You might use a pen or a pencil or a camera or AI or softwares. You can use your legs. You can use anything. You can ask 3 people to work for you, but finally it's your brain that
which
works.
is doing the work.
Which is doing the work. So a lot of people then question that computer has generated it. What is the artist's input in this? So again, even if you see painting, if you see things around me, which are paintings generated by beautiful artists, there are photographs around me. Again, what they have done is
It's imagination.
the biggest thing is imagination. The biggest thing is what they think. Okay, I can say green, and 10 people will think 10 things out of green.
Yes.
Okay, so somebody might think of a parrot, somebody might think of a green apple, somebody might just think of currency notes, depending on how you've been brought up in your life. But that is where art comes in. It's how you think, how you put that thought onto paper or canvas or on the computer. So the biggest tool that you have, more than AI, is your brain. Nothing can beat it.
So I think it's been a wonderful talk with him. And Anuranjan is, when he's talking about the imagination of a person, the brain. So मेरा आखिरी सवाल है हिंदी में करते that जो आप बना रहे हैं, whenever you're typing in whatever commands you're giving, so are you getting what you wanted? Like when we were talking about strawberries or chocolates, or anything like this. So आपके उस time में is that kind of your image has been come on that? How close are you to your imagination?
It works both ways. Sometimes accidents are beautiful. They are much more beautiful than what you have thought. Okay, accident generated electricity for mankind. So it was lightning. Somebody caught the lightning, and we know that we can now trap electricity. So sometimes uranium was discovered by accident. Marie Curie left her lab at night. Next day morning, she discovered that it's glowing, and we all now use enough atomic energy to generate our electricity and multiple things. So it happens both ways. Sometimes the images, this one was generated at first go, and it was so wonderful. I had nothing to do with it. Just save it and it works. This one generated me 4 beautiful portraits. I chose one, then I extended one. I kept giving that same command to that same software. It kept generating multiple faces similar to this one, and I chose one of the best ones. Sometimes it generates, like I told you, a hand coming out of the stomach, or something fuses with something. Because again, it is at a very basic stage. Sometimes it understands things. It depends on how it has been programmed. Sometimes it doesn't understand. So sometimes disasters happen.
Yes.
Sometimes wonderful things happen. It all depends on how you accept it. Sometimes it can take 40 times to generate one beautiful image the way you want it. But that's how it is. At least generating it 40 times, spending 40 minutes generating it is easier than trying to do art, which nothing wrong with that. Due respect, I'm an artist. But you can't make 40 mistakes creating art manually, especially when you are in a profession which is like mine, which is advertising, which is like communication, which is client driven, which is time driven, which is release driven. So that's how it helps. So it's speeding up the work even faster. But again, always remember, it's never the machine. It's always the person behind the machine. आप टेक्नोलॉजी को अच्छी तरह से यूज़ कीजिए, अब्यूज़ मत कीजिए, और टेक्नोलॉजी के गुलाम मत बनिए.
Wonderful. I think इनकी जो आखिरी and बीच में भी जब इन्होंने emphasize करा है, which normally when I do any interview I say that anything like we have to not to copy, and you said about piracy, जो भी whatever is attached to this, so we should be as original, and means जो human mankind है उसका, like you said, abuse, we should not abuse our positions. So it's a wonderful thing. And today I just wanted to add for the people who are watching or going to this. Recently I was in an event. So this girl, she's incidentally from my college itself, Shriram College, and she has developed a system where which the reporters, the media houses were taking 40 hours to get that report. So they generate in about 6 minutes.
Yeah.
So that is the same thing what you said. Means if Modi, she was given an example, agar Modi ji ka G20 presidency ka bolna hai, so that keywords they'll give in, and then it'll take who are reporters who are typing now. So I think everything is today you have to be very careful in that, what I'm trying to say. Even my systems or my mobiles which are left unattended, or even in my pocket with my Wi-Fi on, I've been told that anybody can switch on anything.
So AI is tracking all that. There are different kinds of AI. Some of them are used beautifully. Some of them are used for help. Some of them are used for doing wrong things also. But as we all know, all our lives are now connected to internet, and internet is connected to AI and vice versa. So yes, be careful about things. It's a wonderful life. We all have a bright future. Don't get scared of it. Live with it. Our human life has always evolved. We started with the stones. That were the first tools we ever used. We came down to wheels. We came down to cars, aeroplanes. We've come down to computers. we'll keep doing good things.
Yeah, so I think Jo ne bola, I want to just add finally that people should come to the IFIX gallery also, since we are at the IFIX gallery where we met this young gentleman, and today he's delivering a workshop at 5. So anybody, we'll be trying to record that and we'll try to present it to you. Thank you. This is Sanjay Agarwal.